It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege of interviewing the Adrian College head women's lacrosse coach, Coach Amanda Asher. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get started in coaching in college women's lacrosse?
Sure. So that goes all the way back to when I was playing. I just have so much love and passion for the game. And I feel there's a need in the Midwest and Michigan to grow the game. So I started coaching at the youth level. I was a coordinator and director at Northville Parks and Rec. Then I started helping at the high school. And there at the high school level, when I was helping club girls be recruited for the college level, I decided that's the jump I want to make. I'd like to coach at the collegiate level. And I made the jump, and best decision of my life.
What was that experience like going to Central Michigan and playing college lacrosse?
It was wonderful. I was a captain my junior and senior year. I love leadership. I feel to be a great leader, you need to bring people together, not pull them apart. And especially in any sports team, there's going to be things that happen, but trying to keep everyone on the same page and together is what I enjoyed about being a leader.
For you, what was that feeling like representing Central Michigan and putting on that uniform for them?
It was an amazing feeling. It was incredible. I got to a school that I was proud to attend. I was able to play lacrosse, and I like that we got to do and accomplish so many things there. It was an incredible feeling.
What were some of your collegiate accomplishments as a
As a player, my senior year, I was first team all league for my defense at the Collegiate Lacrosse League. That was in 2011. That we are a club team. Central Michigan did not get their team until about 10 years later, maybe a little less, 8 years later. But yeah, I was first team all league, and that was an amazing accomplishment.
Coming out of college, what was that experience like getting started into coaching and being an assistant coach?
When I was an assistant, I really learned probably that was my biggest step learning at the collegiate level. I recognized a lot the work that my head coach was doing, Jackie Rakowski. She was, it's not just the X's and O's. That's the easy part when you're on the field with the ladies. But no, it's all of the planning, logistics, hard work, all the hours that is put in behind the scenes so that you can run a team. So I learned a lot.
What was that experience like going to Michigan Waves Club and being the head club coach there?
It was a wonderful experience. I not was only the head coach there, that I was the director and founder. I decided to start the club. So I got the LLC. We talked a little bit earlier about growing the game. So growing the game was starting a club and having more options for girls to play lacrosse and travel and learn this great game.
For you, what was that experience like going to Concordia and becoming a head coach for the first time?
Humbling, amazing. Those are years of my life I will never forget. It was a full circle experience because it was a brand new team. There was one coach there prior to me, but she never competed. She recruited for about 8 months. I came in, and there's about 10 girls on the team. And I talked to my athletic director. I'm like, well, there's 12 girls that go out at once, a goalie and 11 field players. So I got to grow that team from the ground up, and to see it start brand new and then ending with a conference championship was such an incredible feeling. And all that hard work and time did pay off. And it was fun to see that team grow.
What was that experience like for you, getting to grow that team from the ground up?
It was hard work. So it was a lot of weekends out at tournaments recruiting, a lot of late night phone calls to recruits and follow up to recruits, and trying to find the right fits of a student athlete. I always say student first because you are a student first. So finding students that wanted to go to the school for their education, and the bonus was to play lacrosse. So it was a lot of hard work, but that hard work did pay off.
For you, what was that experience like going to Ann Arbor and getting to go there and be the head coach and have an undefeated season?
It was nice. We went undefeated in the conference play, and it was those girls on that team, those young women, I'll never forget. We did have, it was a roller coaster ride. It was emotion, but it was also COVID that year. So it was tough. We had to deal with protocols and being safe, but also playing a sport we loved. And I'm thankful that we had lacrosse during that time, because that was something we were all passionate about. And we worked hard. We talked about the years prior and getting to the place where we were. And those girls worked really hard, and they liked to win. That group really did.
Coming to Adrian, what was it like bringing over your head coaching experience over to your coming to Adrian?
It was a special experience. I knew the position I was put in. I will say that the team didn't win a conference game until the 3 seasons prior. They were hungry, but we had to change culture and understand that there is positivity in our sport and success, but that success is not accomplished without hard work and preparation. So we changed our culture. We got that right. We got the right people in place, and we worked hard, and we're definitely in the right direction right now.
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you started to build for Adrian?
So the coaching structure we started to build, for me, that is just consistency. I want my team to understand expectations. So understand practices are run a certain way. Being accountable is another huge aspect in that piece. And they know what they're going to expect when they come to practice. We go over the plan. We execute drills. Scouting reports is something that we have improved on our team. So those are all things that have helped us.
What was that feeling like for you getting to take the field as the head coach for Adrian?
It was a remarkable feeling. I loved it. I love a good rebuild. And that's what I was embarking on. And I wanted the young women on my team to see my passion for the school, their team. I told them it was going to take all of us to accomplish our goals. And we set our goals, and I feel like I hit the ground running.
Of course, as a head coach, what was that feeling like getting to see the players take the field with you?
It was a wonderful feeling. We worked hard. We hit our goals that we set. We talk about trusting the process, and we did have to trust the process. It was not going to happen overnight. It was going to happen with a lot of hard work, rebuilding and recruiting, having the right people stay on the team that wanted to work hard and achieve success. And that was just taking a step up. Our step up was to win a conference game last year and not be on the bottom like they were the 2 previous seasons. And we did just that. And that was without our leading goal scorer. The year prior, they did lose their leading goal scorer. So, we boosted up morale. We worked hard, and we got to see some success because of it.
What does a typical game day look like for you as a head coach versus for your athletes?
Yes, so there is a big difference. I'm there early. They're there early too, but just making sure everything's set up, getting in the right frame of mind to take the field, having the lineup, making sure we know our subbing patterns. And I know the subbing patterns, and just going over the scout that I gave to them just to prepare for who our opponent is, who their leading goal scorers are and top defenders are, just so we have all the right information for preparation of the day.
Who are some of the teams in the conference that you compete against?
So in the MIAA conference, some of our big competitors, Hope has been on the top for the last few years, along with Kelvin and Kalamazoo, Trine. Those have been the top side of our conference for a while. On the other side, we have St. Mary's, Albion, Alma, and us. There's 8 teams in the MIAA for women's lacrosse.
What is that home game atmosphere like when teams like Trine comes to home versus going to St. Mary's?
I would say that our home brings the fire and the passion, which I did know that coming in. That's another reason why I wanted to come to Adrian College is the support from student athletes and from administration. We really do have an amazing crowd and support system at the school, and you can hear them just that they have your back out there. It's nice.
What does that recruitment process look like for prospective student athletes? And as a head coach, what do you look at in them?
So it's a communication piece. I think that is huge. A lot of times I reach out to the player first, but sometimes I do have players, potential recruits email me. And I do think it's nice when they take the initiative to reach out because I'll reach out right back. And my criteria is watching them play, seeing that they have a drive to be a successful student. Like we talked about, I really want that student before athlete just to come in and have motivation to do well in school. And then I want to see that they love lacrosse. That if you love lacrosse, that's something you don't teach. That's just built into them. Those qualifications get you a visit, and then it's usually a year 2 process. So we talked about communication. We start communicating, and if that communication holds up through the time, you build that relationship. And I think that's healthy into coming in to school, into Adrian College.
As a head coach, what is it like seeing those freshmen put on that Adrian College lacrosse uniform?
It's a special feeling. I see, we're a spring sport, so they come in August and we'll practice in the off season. So it's a big buildup until you get to that first game. And there are nerves, which are to be expected. Those are healthy nerves, as I like to say. And we talk about it. We say, hey, like this is the first time you're going to get on the stat sheet as an AC dog. And I love to see them play with fire and passion and just to get that experience and get that game under their belt.
For you as a head coach, what is it like seeing them achieve those first milestones, like first goals?
It's special. It's heartwarming. They've worked hard to get to that point, and they're representing Adrian College. They're representing a little bit of myself because I did recruit them here. And they're making a name for themselves, and they're playing the sport that they love. So it's, like I said, it does pull on the heartstrings.
As a head coach, was it like seeing them putting on that uniform for the last time as seniors?
Pulls even more on the heartstrings. When it comes to seniors, that will always hold a special place in my heart just because they started something and they ended something. They came in for lacrosse, gave 4 years of their time and commitment, and you can say blood, sweat, and tears, but it's true. They did, and they're leaving as an adult, and they're bettering their life. And one of the times they may cry just because I'm just so proud of all the energy and commitment they put into the program, and I'm happy for them.
For you as a head coach, what is it like seeing those players going on and playing, whether it's Athletes Unlimited or the national team round?
Well, we just actually opened up our first women's league for lacrosse, so that's awesome. And we have Team USA, so it's nice to see that our sport continues to grow. And that would be very special. And I don't know if it's happened yet here at Adrian College, but if they do continue to play post-college, I think that would be hitting another milestone in our program, that it is possible through hard work and commitment. And I hope that happens to one of our athletes here soon.
How is that like getting to see your players going on and taking what you taught them into their coaching career?
It's very special. That's just showing that it's beyond the field. It's beyond the X's and O's. It's growing the game. It's showing the love of the game to athletes, to the next generation. And it's helping our sport. So I do believe we have some future coaches on our team.
What have been some of the things you've been able to accomplish so far as head coach?
Yes. So we talked about it a little bit previously, but winning a conference game last year getting out of the bottom. This year, recruiting one of my largest classes ever as a college head coach and having 9 or 10 freshmen go out there and represent Adrian College and impact the team positively and also on the winning column. This is, I think, one of our best starts we've had as a program, maybe ever. So we're right now 4-1. So yeah, we're making our way. It's nice to see that they have come in and impacted us, and our returners have also played key roles in that. So we're just working hard every day right now in season.
What are some of your future plans for the Adrian lacrosse program moving forward?
To make the MIAA tournament. That's one of our goals this year. And then in the future, climbing up that ladder. We talked about the process. The process is to win the MIAA. That's what I want to do. That's what we want to do as a program. So getting out of the bottom, now we have to climb towards the top and then stay on the top. That's ultimately the goal.
What advice would you give those incoming freshmen entering their first year of college lacrosse?
My advice is trust the process. It's hard to get to season. It's a long road. You come in the fall and you have to make it to the spring. But remember that you are passionate about the sport. Give it your all. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every freshman will make mistakes, but enjoy your time at practice because it will end.
What advice would you give those juniors transitioning into being seniors and leading the program?
Lead to bring people together. Lead to, there's going to be happy days and there's going to be tough days, but remember not to have high highs or low lows.
What advice would you give those seniors that have aspirations of playing professionally in Athletes Unlimited or professional lacrosse?
That you need to practice every single day. You can't take one day off. I know you probably want to, but that is the highest level of competition there is out there. So the passion and love and abilities you have for lacrosse, keep up with them and keep growing them.
What advice would you give those players looking to get started into their coaching career?
One, that's excellent. So great that you want to grow the game and help our game and help youth out there. So yeah, just be passionate and helpful and like if you ever want to call your coach up for extra drills, you know I have them. So no, that's amazing and I encourage them to do that.
What advice would you give those future coaches out there looking to become head coaches of a women's lacrosse program?
Know that there's a lot of behind the scenes work that has to be taking place. It's not a small 5% amount is on the field with your athletes. So know that you have to put in the time to logistics, recruiting, that's number one. But you get to build your own team, and that is a fun attribute to it. But that's it. You're building a program. So just know that you're in charge of that and you're the leader of your program.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you on social media along with the program app?
So your listeners can find us, the Bulldogs team, at Adrian Women's Lacrosse, Adrian W. Lacrosse on Instagram and on X, also on Facebook, all the same handle. And then myself, I'm Amanda Beeger on Instagram. So I have that's my maiden name, but yeah, that's where you can find me.
Thank you again, Coach Amanda Asher, for your interview, and best luck in your future at Adrian College as the head women's lacrosse coach.
Thank you. It was nice chatting with you.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Amanda Asher, for your interview, and best luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.